it's a movie I've already done. It's not Nightmare 9.
Right.
It's not some new script. It's not Freddy versus Michael Myers. It's a Nightmare on Elm Street, and I've made my Nightmare on Elm Street, and I believe that New Line Cinema was sort of folded into Time Warner, and I think they want to reboot the franchise.
Okay.
They have every right to. It's been 25 years. I'm very honored, in fact, to pass the baton to an actor as talented as Jackie Earle Haley. I go way back. I did a movie with Dennis Christopher, my Vietnam movie, and he had just come off of Breaking Away, the bicycle racing film. I think he won the British Academy Award for that. And Jackie Earle Haley is wonderful in that movie. It's a film that addresses the class system in America, something we don't talk about very much. But Jackie in that film, I think, created, as I remember, probably the very first slacker character, way before Kevin Smith and others, and probably before the word slacker was even coined. And I loved him in that. And of course, we all know him from his childhood work as in Bad News Bears. And then later on, of course, he did, he was nominated for an Oscar for Little Children with Kate Winslet. And more recently, I thought he was the best thing in Watchmen as Rorschach. So I'm quite pleased. And there's several other actors in this remake that I like. Clancy Brown from Carnival and from the Highlander franchise. Connie Britton, who does such splendid work on Friday Night Lights. She plays the coach's wife on that. I think she's playing the alcoholic mom, Marge, or whatever the equivalent character is. And the young boy who was so good in Sarah Connor Chronicles. So they've really assembled a good cast. If Michael Bay is putting his name on this is a man that has more money than God. He certainly loves or must have an affectionate place in his heart for the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise and believes in it. And I think he's going to do a good job. So I'm curious and kind of looking forward to it.
So that is what Mr. England had to say about him not being included in the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. You can see he's got lots of love for the gentleman who is filling his very big shoes. He's got big shoes to fill, but a very kind man. Robert was great. That was a great, great interview. Interesting, kind, not a bone, not a claw, not a knife, about Freddy and his bones. Very nice man, and in fact, you can hear that whole interview. It was like 20 minutes. We talked about everything. You can hear the whole genesis of how he got discovered, hear some behind-the-scenes stuff about Freddy, hear about the co-stars, Johnny Depp. Great interview. Like I've told you before, every show we've ever done lives on in podcasts. Chataboutit.com. Go to Unfiltered Podcasts. Go back, look at the date. Again, I believe it was Friday, October 30th. It was the date closest to Halloween of 2009. Download that podcast, and it's going to say Freddy Krueger in the title. Go there, check out that podcast, listen to it just in honor of Robert Englund and Freddy Krueger and Nightmare on Elm Street. And again, it's going to say Freddy there. Why? Because my producers are so great. They make sure that every podcast there is very specific. You know what we're talking about when we have somebody famous on. By the way, got to give big ups to my interns. Thank you, Richard, for pulling that at the last minute. I was so spaced out from being on my Z-Pack, I didn't even think about pulling the Freddy thing. He's like, we got to get that. I was like, yes. Thank you, Louisa. You've been helping me out as well. And Joy was just so into her computer. I did not want to mess with her. That girl is focused on something. I think that she's about to take over the world because she was intensely staring at that computer screen. So, Nightmare on Elm Street. Then I just got to put this out there. Another movie, The Human Centipede. Now, I don't have a clip from that. Don't have any sound. But you heard me right. I said The Human Centipede. We know that radio is a visual medium in the sense that we create things in our head. Like you don't see me. It's theater of the mind. Think about this. I'm going to say it again. Human centipede. Now, to add to the visual you're getting, I'm going to read a brief little description about the human centipede. This is the description of the movie as pulled from the Independent Film Center's website. Truly one of a kind. Tom Six's hair-raising bio-horror vision opens as two young American women on a carefree European road trip find themselves alone in the woods at night when their car breaks down. Sounds like any other horror movie so far, right? Get this. As I continue. Searching for help at a nearby villa, they fall into the clutches of a deranged retired surgeon obsessed by a mad scientific fantasy to surgically connect people one to the next via their gastric system and create the first human centipede. 100% medically accurate. Now that is the official description. If I was going to put this into layman's terms, you would probably need a barf bag. You would get very, very scared. Go look up gastric system and read the definition of that. And then think about this again, connecting people one to the next via their gastric system. And then I will let you put that all together and come up with your own mental image. I know it's sick and it's twisted. Well, we're unfiltered here. We get a little bit sick and twisted. That's how we are. And I own my twistedness. I've got to go see this. The reviews are all over the place. I've seen reviews that are 1 star, half a star, no star. They say the movie is complete crap. No pun intended. That will make sense if you go put all this together, the gastric bypass system. Other people are saying it's great. You know, a new blood put into the horror genre. Anyways, one of the great things about being in New York is that you get to see practically any movie that's out there. Every movie plays here. The movie has been out for a while, playing the film festival circuit. It just picked up American distributorship about 6 weeks ago. Very quick turnaround. IFC Distribution, IFC Films picked it up. IFC Center is actually in New York City. I am going down tomorrow. I'm going to check out the movie, and this is really cool. Another really cool New York thing. The director, who's also the writer, the actors and the actresses from the movie are going to be there as well. So there's going to be a Q&A session. So anybody out there, if you want me to ask the director or the actors any questions, let me know. Shoot me an email, littleern@theunfilteredshow.com. Put it on Facebook, Twitter it, but I'm going to be there. Watching the human centipede now, I have a pretty strong stomach and a certain affection for horror, so I don't think I'm going to be running out of here. I know what I'm getting myself into. Now, I am going to take my sunglasses just in case. I need to shield my eyes from the screen a little bit, and I'll just put those on, and then I'll just pass it off as being cool, because everybody in New York, you know, we're too cool for school. I'm going to be down there tomorrow night with the actors, and you know what? I will take a picture with them, and I will post that just so you can see what a director of a movie like this looks like. Because when I heard about this, I was like, whoa. You know, we have our, section we do the what the hells and all of that. Like, this could easily qualify. So I will get a picture with him, let you know how that is.